How would you describe meloniness? Like, it's kind of the mustiness of a melon. This week I was actually kind of struggling for what to shoot, and I've had the US Open on the brain, and I'm sure that many of you have also had the US Open on the brain because of the Polish CEO that stole the hat from the kid. So for those of, the 2% of you or 1% of you that don't know what I'm talking about, this Polish CEO who blatantly stole a hat that a tennis star pulled off his head to give to a kid, and he just like swoops in and takes the hat and literally turns around and puts it in his wife's bag, and everybody in the internet made like an uproar. And then he came out and gave the most infuriating response, which was basically like, it's just a hat, this shouldn't be a global scandal, and then also life is first come first serve, and if the little kid was faster, he would have had the hat, not me. So I have by rights gotten this hat. And the tennis star figured out what was going on, or saw it on the internet, contacted the kid, or maybe it was at the US Open that he noticed that this happened, and he gave the kid a hat anyway. So the kid got his hat. The internet has been in an uproar about this last couple weeks. So I've had this on the brain. And then I started thinking about cocktails of the US Open. And every year for the last 2 years, the US Open has kind of put out these insanely expensive, like $40 cocktails in like a commemorative cup. Last year was the Honey Deuce. This year it's called the Watermelon Slice. I looked at the specs and they look to be like just low-hanging fruit cocktails that a company made. So I thought we could do a gussied up version of that. I know how you guys love when I do gussied up versions of low-class drinks. Did I say low class?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a low-class drink. They're actually, I don't know, that's a very judgmental thing to say, but it's, they're just like it's low-hanging fruit is what I'm trying to say. Like the Honey Deuce, the original version, is vodka, lemonade, and raspberry syrup. It's like overly sweet and meant to appeal to people who like very sweet drinks. And then you get the commemorative cup and you pay $40 for it. And you can only get it at one stand at the US Open. And same thing with the watermelon slice. The watermelon slice is like watermelon juice, champagne, and frickin' elderflower liqueur. Today's Educated Barfly video is sponsored by The Educated Barfly. I don't know if you guys know this, some of you do, some of you don't, but we've got lots of really good products in our store, and we are constantly adding to those products. One of our very new additions, freeze-dried garnishes. So whereas a dehydrated garnish gives you sort of like a more tea-like caramelized scent, the freeze-dried version of that is a little bit brighter, and then all the sugars when you freeze dry come to the surface, and so you get a very bright, fresh orange flavor. These guys have been a real big hit since we put them in the store. We're getting lots of orders for them. We also have a little bit of glassware. We have our now kind of iconic Nick and Nora style glass that we did in a regular and honeycomb pattern. This is a 6-ounce glass, kind of Nick and Nora style. And we have a brand new, more coupe style glass. It's 7 ounces. We also have the honeycomb pattern in this as well. So if you're a fan of the channel and you want to help us out, this is a very good way to help the channel and then also get something out of it. A lot of this is the glassware that you see in our videos, and so you'll be able to recreate the same cocktails that we make in the studio at home with the best possible recipes, the best possible instructions, and now the best possible glassware and garnishes. The Honey Deuce is a cocktail that I have no idea where it came from. Somebody made it for the US Open 2 years ago. Today we're going to try it, but we are doing a gussied up version, my version, what I think is good. So let's do it. All right, first things first. Well, cheapest ingredient first, although what's cheaper, a honeydew or a lemon? Well, like per pound.
Yeah, but...
well, lemons are done like unit price though. They're done like per unit,
yeah,
as opposed to honeydews, which are done per pound for some reason. Not sure why. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And we're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of honeydew, which honestly, I don't know why there isn't honeydew in the original cocktail. It is garnished with honeydew. It's called the Honey Deuce. There's no honeydew, there's no honey. We're putting honeydew and honey in this because why the heck not? 1/2 ounce of honey syrup here. This is a 3-to-1 honey syrup that I usually make. 1/2 ounce of raspberry liqueur. This Chambord has been around for a while, so hopefully it's not like totally brown, and it actually, I mean, it is a little brown, but it doesn't go bad, but it does go off color. So 1/2 ounce of our Chambord, and then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of gin. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a really inspiring color, but we'll see. Oh, dang. Gotta go get a receptacle for ice. So what happens when you go on vacation and then come very slowly back to work is that you don't know where anything is anymore. That's what I was looking for. We got ice. We're in business. I cut a cube into basically a ball. We're gonna do this on a big rock, so. Are you a big fan of melon?
No, well,
I don't love
not
melon.
honeydew. That's like the worst.
It's like the worst of all the melons. Yeah.
It's like the filler.
Maybe this is why they didn't put honeydew in it.
It's like the filler melon and all, like when you buy some fruit stuff and it's got like all the good stuff, but then most of it is honeydew.
This isn't so bad. It's kind of pale. I hate to say it, but like skin color. And then, of course, we're gonna have to honeydew it here. There you go. Yeah, let's take a sip. It's fantastic. Kind of tastes like a Jolly Rancher, and you get that honeydew. What's really nice though is that I don't know if you would call it like, this is not a very good, or it's not a very inspiring descriptor, but like there is a, how would you describe meloniness? Like it's kind of the mustiness of a melon. All melons have this aftertaste. Watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, they all do. It's like a lightly sweet, kind of musty sort of flavor. And so what's nice about this is that you got your gin, you got your lemon, right? Balancing that out with a little raspberry liqueur, right? It's the Chambord, and then a little bit of honey. The honey is giving a little bit of body. It's only ½ ounce, so it's not like we're changing the texture that much, but it's giving it body, and it gives it like a nice savory sweetness that really works with the melon flavor. But then you have that melon on the back end, so it tastes like almost like a Jolly Rancher, but then it just devolves to that melon flavor at the end, which is really nice. It's actually very good. I like it a lot.
The two balls looks like tennis balls.
Yeah, maybe that's why they did it. Maybe that's why they used a honeydew. Yeah. Here you go, the freaking Honeydews. The watermelon slice is this year's cocktail that is all the rage at the US Open, or was all the rage at the US Open. The IHG Resorts, somebody in that organization created this cocktail, and it is, kind of giving me some French 75 vibes. So I figured we would do the reconstruction of it would be a French 75 version with watermelon. And then the cup that they serve it in looks exactly like our coupe that we've been selling successfully. So it was just meant to be, right? All right, so first things first, grab a lime, give it a roll.
And why do you do that?
Because you want to loosen up the juice cells in there so it's easier to squeeze and you get more juice. And then we're gonna throw it in here. ½ ounce of lime juice. And we're gonna do ½ ounce of St-Germain. And then we're gonna do ½ ounce of watermelon juice as well. And you can do like a fat ½ ounce there if you want. Trying to keep the volume a little bit low because we also have to top this with champagne, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to fill it up with the cocktail. And then we're gonna do 1 ounce of gin here, like so. And then we're gonna top it with some champagne. I would never.
Right.
That was very, very, very
Lackluster.
yeah, it was super lackluster. Just about 1 ounce of champagne. There we go. And then we're gonna garnish it with a little, this guy. Very refreshing. You know, I don't really eat a lot of watermelon because I don't love watermelon that much. But the marriage of watermelon and St-Germain with the dryness and the kind of bitty sweetness of the champagne is, then you get the botanicals of the gin. It all works very well. It's a nice, very nice French 75 variation. So there you are, guys, the watermelon slice. I gotta say, I think that this is my most proud moment. Like, I actually finally have a copy of the book that I wrote. It took me a year and a half to write this book. I'm very proud of it, and it's gonna be available October 7th. So I would just implore everyone to go buy a book. The more books you buy, the better it is for me, and then I can make another book for you guys. I'm already thinking about new books, but I'm just super proud of this, and I just hope that you guys really enjoy it. So go out. There is a Genius link below this video and buy this book. I think you guys will really like it, and I worked really hard on it, and I love you guys, and you love me, and I love you, and you love me. It's just a love fest over here, so pick up my book.